we are going to the Silver Strand Mine to do a tour. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
So we're fortunate to work with this group at Coeur d'Alene, and this drill technology is used in Canada primarily. It hasn't actually been used in the US before. So it allows us to come in and have very minimal disturbance. As you see, this can be completely, it's portable by a trailer. It can go down 1,000 feet about NQ2, so which is a common drilling size between HQ and NQ. Having this drill rig has allowed us to mobilize under something called a notice of intent. So instead of going through a typical permitting process that takes up to a year, we worked with the folks at this company. I worked with them day in, day out with Phil, and we got a notice of intent approved in 15 days through the Forest Service. It hasn't been done before. They really liked it. As you can see, everything is self-contained. The drilling tank's underneath there, right? Or the mud tank?
Yeah, the drill-through tank right here.
The drill-through tank's underneath there, so nothing touches the ground other than the drill steel and a couple pieces of wood. So Phil, don't laugh.
Hey guys, we're here at Silver Symposium in Idaho, which starts tomorrow. Doing a mine tour the day before. We're at the Silver Strand Mine, just outside of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. And right here we have a drilling rig that they've set up to look for their resource. They know over to my right, they have a vein that's coming down the hill. As you can see, we're going to pan up the hill. There's an exposure about halfway up that hill that they know of. So what they're going to do is they're going to take this drill and they're going to angle it underground, go about 80 to 100 feet and see if they can catch that vein. And they're going to try to get some early drill results here. They basically helicopter dropped in this drill rig right off the side of the mountain, like they do in Canada a lot of times when they're mining off the side of the mountain. They can go 1,000 feet with it, and in a couple of months they can do a lot of holes and start mapping out their resource. That's what they're going to do. We're going to walk straight across over to the existing adit entrance to the mine, and we're going to take a look underground as well. We'll try to get some footage of that.
Let's just start. We'll do a quick kind of safety briefing, and then we'll head over to the drill over there, and the drillers can we can have a quick Q&A with them, and then we'll head underground. If that works. So this is our Silver Strand site. So this is an MSHA compliant site as well. So we will be wearing mine gear, boots, belts, hard hats, gloves, glasses, right? So for the underground, probably get Phil to walk you through the rebreather, just on how to use it. There is no active equipment under here, so really you probably will never have a reason to need it. That rebreather is if you need to convert CO into CO2. So this area here, you see the shotcrete on the walls, concreting. This is as you come into a mine. It's a lot softer ground, you need to support it more. So it's concrete, it's a mixture, usually has a fibrous component to it, depending. This one may not usually stick out. Yeah. But and so service is coming in and blasting wire for when they were blasting in here 2 weeks ago. Okay. Yeah.
Site, so when the mineralizing fluids come through, the joints stay open longer because the rock's so brittle, and it just makes a really good host. So we're happy to have you.
Was that the part of the Revette?
Yeah, it's always that.
Yeah. That's at the same post rock as Sunshine Lucky Friday. So there's ultra deep 1,800 meter mines.
So these timber sets were installed because they ran into some ground condition problems because of these dikes.
Yeah.
And they're doing a good job. We've rehabilitated things, and it's good solid ground. And here's what these dikes look like. Sort of a narrow band. Sometimes they're quite wide, but
So that's where you're finding the silvers and these.
next to them.
Next one.
Yeah.
So they're magnetic in nature. So from a mag survey, we are able to generally pick them up.
Oh, yeah,
along
cool.
our property. So using modern technology and a new approach with fill and having a different look at it, right? Hasn't been done before on this property.
So you can see where these quartz veins are. They seem to be associated with these dikes. So
Yeah. Quartz is good.
yeah. I think what the old timers were doing was they were following these narrow veins, and then up where the stopes are, just blew out really wide.
You know, it's 30 feet across?
Yeah.
That's a big vein. That's huge.
Yeah, it's like a pipe. And that's why we excavated this drift,
Yeah.
so we could get away from it, because we're basically on it here.
Yeah.
This is where drilling's been done. You can see how high the back is.
Yep.
It was set up that way so the drill could mast, could set up there and they could drill these holes, but it's just too close, so we decided to excavate this.
So just watch over
drill
here.
station.
Sorry, go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, watch this spot right there, it's a little weak.
So this is actually existing mine back here as well. So
Okay.
all the way back, that's where the existing stopes were. When we did this excavation, we backfilled this, so we didn't have to take anything out of the mine. Again, utilizing the space, utilizing the methodology to not get it all on the environment, right?
Right.
Helps with the permitting process.
So what we'll do is, the drillers will build a deck, a lot like what you saw across the road. They'll set up the drill, and then these are front sights, and these are back sights of the azimuths I want to drill.
Okay.
And we'll set up, and we'll line up on these azimuths, and we'll drill a variety of angles to chase that ore body down.
Will you come at it from different angles to kind of do like a 3D representation of the
Exactly. Yeah, we'll have fans set up like this, and each one of these fingers represents another hole. And, we'll turn, and depending on it, if we miss it there, maybe we'll hit it over here. So we've got a variety of ways to do that.
How deep do you think the ore body is? We're not down too far into the mine.
No,
We're 90 meters from the top.
Okay.
So we don't know, right? It could be 1,000, 1,500.
the typical, larger mines have done 1,800 meters and still going.
Yeah.
So that's our goal. That's our goal.
How
It'd be
far-
nice.
How far down do you mag surveys get from the surface? They only go so far, right?
You only pick up the magnetic
What's that?
component from the UAV mags.
Oh, it's the mag survey. It was a drape survey, so they were flying, say, 100 feet above the treetops.
Okay.
And they did it for, I don't know how many line miles they flew, but it took about 2 weeks, and they had 2 drones. One was taking high-resolution photographs, and another type drone was actually carrying a probe, a magnetometer. So it was picking up the magnetic frequency, or the magnetic properties in the rocks. Pretty detailed.
And these, what are these pink labels?
That's a front sight.
Okay.
And that's the 356 azimuth, so it's almost due north.
Okay.
And that'll line up with the 356
Oh, I got it.
back sight. We'll tie string between the two.
Yeah.
And then the guys can measure their mast exactly on that azimuth. It works really slick.
Okay.
So this gives us, having this drill kind of gives us a lot of advantages that most miners don't have, or explorers have. which is getting closer to the ore body and avoiding all that overburden drilling on surface.
Yeah, we're gonna put more money into core than into, easy work.
You have this here, then you have across the street, kind of outline for us where the ore body goes. Does it go under the road? How long is it?
Well, I think the vein projects across the road, and I think it goes miles to the south, and we've staked additional ground up there.
Yeah.
But what we need is that extra interaction of another crossing feature that created that blowout.
Okay.
Breccia pipe, maybe that's what it is, I'm not sure.
Think it's brecciated?
Yeah, you can look at some of the textures and you'll see it's pretty brecciated, so we'll see.
Okay.
It's just that combination of trying to find when the two come together is what we want. We're gonna chase this combination down, so we'll learn a lot about that. And whereas the next one. So, you know, we're on this main fault, this vein, we just gotta find where another blowout occurs.
How many veins do you guys know for sure that you have on the property based on old work and whatever studies you've done?
Probably too many to say.
Okay.
Just they're, and the reason we're finding them is because of these logging roads.
Newer logging road.
You just go walking in the woods and you won't see a rock all day because the duff and the brush. And then, so you cut a road and then once in a while you'll open up a little vein and we'll go sample it, and that's kind of the.
We've had some good
story
with some of those veins. Up to the
Yeah, good way to prospect.
gold veins as well. There's gold in this. A lot of gold in here. That's from a great standpoint. But you can build a mine on it.
Is it primarily silver and gold? Do you have anything else mixed in there? Any base metals at all?
Lead, zinc.
Little copper, lead, and zinc,
Okay.
but I don't know if it'll ever help us. We'll have to see.
Okay. Cool, very cool.
This is an underground.
It is.
This is a really nice drill station.
It's beautiful. It is an amazing job.
Lots of water off of here. So explain where the water comes from for people that have never seen water in a mine like this. Is it just literally coming out of the
Surface
rock?
water. Yeah.
Surface water
Seepage.
draining down. Yeah.
Springs.
Okay.
Yeah. It's common. It's very common in underground mines. Depends on what part, like here in New Mexico or something like that. Drier parts, you won't see this, but if you're in more arid, more river bound lakes, that kind of stuff around, you'll see this a lot.
Yeah, we saw it in Impact Silvers, they had to constantly pump the water out of it. It's just water all over the floor all the time.
A lot of mines will run ditches, that kind of stuff. They'll have big sump stations. If you go down decline, we have to sump water out for sure.
Yeah.
We have a fun place to put it.
Cool.
Yeah, so this is it's really neat because close by we have a mill close by that has dealt with this ore before.
Okay.
We are on a backhaul route to Hecla. So from the logistics of building the mine standpoint, I think we could build it in short order if we had enough resource here to do it, when we have enough resource to do it. So I'm excited. There's a lot of good opportunities with this property that maybe they weren't looking at before.
Do you anticipate it would just be dirt that you would export, or would you actually get it down to like a 𝙆𝙄 bar or something, you know?
Con, you mean? Export con versus 𝙆𝙄? I'd eventually like to export 𝙆𝙄.
Yeah.
That'd be nice, but that mill exports con right now, right? They don't pour.
Yeah.
They don't got a pour room. It'd be con, but we just get it poured somewhere else.
Okay.
Fine, poured. Smelted, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well,
This is
awesome.
our underground mine.
Fun times.
Cool. All right, so I'll fill out, I'll trail the back again. Thanks, Phil.
How was it?
Fun tour. First underground mine I've been to in the States. Been to a few in Mexico.
All right.
It's fun. You can see the quartz veining in there. You can see where they're following the patterns in the wall. And back in there they had some 30-foot wide blowouts. So there's definitely a resource there. They're going to do their drilling in the back. As you'll see in the video, they're going to drill at different angles and really outline that ore body. It was a lot of fun. Everybody, we're here at the Silver Symposium in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. We took a mining tour yesterday from this gentleman to my left, Morgan Lekstrom with Lakewood Exploration. Morgan, how are you doing today?
Great, how are you?
Good, thanks for joining us. So that was a lot of fun going to the Silver Strand Mine. Had a little bit of history behind it. We got to go underground, got some good footage. Tell us why you're so excited about that project.
It's just having a past producing mine for us, having the ability to get underground and drill it gives us a unique opportunity to get it down to depth. It's in the Revette formation, exact same formation as Sunshine, Lucky Friday, these big past producing mines, high grade silver in there. We've had high grade samples of 2,700 grams a ton. We also have a gold credit in there, so for a lot of people don't know what that is, that's as we mine the silver, there's a high grade gold in there, so 5 grams a ton. I mean, most mines are built on less.
It's nice when you can have gold as a byproduct credit of your other, what else you're mining. I mean, not a lot of people can say that. So we were in the mine yesterday, and you guys were telling me blowout areas where you had like 30 foot across, or whatever 30 meters across of
30
resource?
Feet. Yeah,
30
so
feet.
the past stope was 30 feet across. So
wow.
They hit an ore body, and we still have grade in there.
Okay.
So they were low production mining, high grade. So it's very encouraging that as it goes down, we think it's going to swell, it's going to shrink, but it's a very big ore zone.
Looks like it, and I know that we were up in the mountains, and you have the old adit, I guess, where you get in the mine, and then you guys noticed that there was some exposed material on the opposite side of the street. So you set up a drill pad. Talk about how you got that drill there and what you guys are doing in your drilling.
Yeah, so we got the Silver Strand mine project in May.
Okay.
We were looking at a surface drilling program of 2,700 meters. We decided that we were rehabbing the underground, like we talked about. We're going to drill underground, and then, as you mentioned, we had that surface outcropping. That was historic, and Phil, our geologist, went and did samples. They ran really well. And then we were going down the path of permitting, and in the Forest Service, it tends to take a long time to permit. So we worked with a local drilling company, new local drilling company here in Coeur d'Alene, and they developed, along with us, a new technology coming from Canada, new to the U.S., and we were able to get a permission and permit in 2 weeks.
Wow.
In the Forest Service land. So
very nice.
we're really proud of that. The team did an excellent job. So we set up that drill. It's highly mobile, environmentally friendly. Everything is self-contained. You don't need to plow a road or a pad in. It just drops in on place. NQ2, 1,000. It can go down 1,000 feet. So we set that up, and we're starting drilling on surface.
That's awesome. And we were talking about the water in the mine as well, how it has like a pH balance of 7. It's very naturally friendly. And you guys aren't having to pump in a lot of your own water as you do this exploration work.
Yeah, exactly. So the mine does produce water. So as we're exploring and as we're drilling, and as we did the new drill cuddy and the new drift, we just used the water that was coming out of the mine. So we weren't pulling from any rivers, we weren't pulling from streams. We do have the permits to do that, but we don't need to right now.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of advantages to what we're doing.
Yeah, that's great. And we had a lot of investors come out for the mine tour yesterday, which is exciting for me to see. I haven't seen that in 2 years. So how great was it just to have so many people come out interested in your project?
It was excellent. I mean, we're a very new company, and for us to have that type of turnout was impressive. I mean, we're a tight share structure. We're new. We're doing our name change this week to Silver Hammer Mining Company.
Awesome.
Their corp. Sorry. Yeah, it's really exciting. So it's an exciting time for us to be building a company out and getting our name out there and getting the word out about our 3 projects.
We'll be looking forward to the news of you changing your name. It may be out by the time we get this video out, so that would be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's public knowledge. It was in our AGM, so we will announce it on Wednesday.
All right.
And then the name change will be official on Friday.
So other than the mine tour we did yesterday, what should people know about your project? If they're interested maybe in putting some money in or just taking a look at you.
Sure. I mean, with Lakewood, we have 3 projects. We have the Idaho one here, Silver Strand, which we toured yesterday.
Yes.
We have the 2 Nevada projects, which are also past producing mines.
Okay.
Very high grade. Past produced up to 18,500 grams a ton silver out of them.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
If I could just get that in my backyard, I would be so
yeah,
happy.
I just want to borrow that.
Right.
And vastly unexplored, those areas. So the south side of that Treasure Hill, 𝙎𝙊𝙇𝙀𝙍 Fault area, there's a shale cover that was people just walked over because they couldn't see outcropping. This is the 1800s, right? So now we have 3 potential Tier 1 assets. I mean, what we're seeing down there is uber exciting for us.
Awesome. And that's such a great mining district, probably the best mining district in the U.S., maybe one of the best in North America.
Yeah, so it's ranked as the #1 mining district in the world right now, Nevada.
Is that by Fraser?
Yeah, the Fraser
Yeah.
Institute, the February report, 2021.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's really interesting.
I think 3% of all the gold in the world mined comes from Nevada. Is that correct? I think about something like 27% of U.S. gold and 3% of all worldwide gold comes from that district.
I'm not 100% sure on those metrics. I'm sure
Yeah.
you know them a lot better than I do.
Yeah.
But the potential for silver exploration there and gold exploration is massive.
immense. Yeah.
There's a lot happening in Nevada, and it's stable jurisdiction.
Yeah.
It's great to permit in.
Yeah.
I'm really happy with it.
Hey guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications, and go to goldsilverpost.com and sign up for the free newsletter so you can get your updates.